Hey there, Jeff with Epic Trust Investment Advisors. How's it going today? What a week we had last week. It was pretty wild in the stock market, a huge rally this last week, but can it last? That is the major question I'm going to try and answer for today, and where we are headed from here, not only in the stock market, but also what does the stimulus package mean to you, to your family, and to your business if you're a business owner. So today, what are we seeing in the stock market? Right now, today was a really strong up day. Last Friday was a little bit of a relief after the major run-up that we had for the week. But unfortunately, I just don't believe that this is going to be able to last, that we're going to be able to support the prices that we're at today, simply because we haven't yet even begun to see the economic damage that we're going to see as the coronavirus effects hit the economy on these next reports that we have coming in for our quarterly reports, as well as our GDP numbers. So this is the first month here in a couple of weeks we're going to find out how bad our GDP has been affected by the coronavirus, as well as how much we're going to be seeing from unemployment claims. And this is one of the things that worries me a little bit about the stock market right now, is that it is still completely disconnected from reality as far as what is going on in our economy. Early on in the coronavirus, in January and February, when it was just kind of picking up speed, we kind of ignored it. The stock market totally ignored the potential that the coronavirus had on our economy. And then all of a sudden it just hit us really hard, and we saw this big 30% drop in about 18 days in the stock market. I'm going to show you a chart here in the video where you're going to see how long it's taken the last 4 or 5 times to get to that same 30% drop. And during the financial crisis, it was over 100 days. During the tech bust, it was well over 100 days. And for 2 other crises prior to that, it was longer than what we've seen in this pandemic and this drop. Unfortunately, I just don't see any way that we could support the continued uptick from here. However, I could be wrong. And this is the one thing where I would say that this stimulus package comes into play. The reality is that if this stimulus package is able to kind of plug the gaps in the economy for the next 1 to 2 months, there is a possibility that we could support the prices where the stock market is at today. However, that's about all the time I realistically believe that the stimulus package will be able to buy us as far as free time in the economic window of opportunity here. Because if you think about it, our economy in the United States is over $21 trillion a year. So this $2 trillion package we have from the stimulus package that was just passed last week, it's roughly 1/10 of what our overall annual economy will produce. It gives us a little over 1 month of free time in the market where we can kind of plug the holes in the economy and say, if we get all this money into the right places, into the right people, and allow people to kind of spend money as they were before, and businesses to continue to spend money as they were before, there is a very small chance that the stimulus that is being put out there, and if we can get it to the right people in the right amount of time, we could plug these gaps in the economy and kind of put a floor on this major drop that we've got. But if the coronavirus continues to accelerate and we don't peak out in new cases in our country for another month or so, and in that range, and really we've bought about 1 month worth of free time here. If it doesn't peak out by then, and we're not on a significant downhill trend in virus cases by that point in time, then I'm afraid we're going to see this thing continue to accelerate to the downside, because there's just going to be too much negative economic data that has to settle out before we'll be able to see the rise in the stock market again and have it be sustainable. I'm not saying we won't continue to have really strong up days from here. We probably will, and there's likely that we will, but until we see a massive turnaround in new cases and people back to work, our country has to be open for business again before we'll see a sustainable rise in the stock market for the next year or so. Until then, we're just not going to be able to really call a bottom in the stock market. So strap in, this is not over yet. I don't want you to get complacent or too comfortable at this point. It's been nice to have a couple of days worth of relief, but I just don't see it lasting. So stay tuned for some of the things we'll be putting out here shortly. One of those things is our economic recovery report, or our recession recovery report. As soon as we've got that ready and the website is there, I'm going to let you know here on Facebook and on YouTube. So be sure and subscribe to our channel so that you get that update when it is out, and I'll show you what we're looking for and the plan of attack to go forward and take advantage of this great opportunity we have in front of us from an investment standpoint. But you've got to be patient. We are not there yet. I would love to say that we are, but we are just in the very early to middle stage of this whole issue that we're going through, and we've probably got a little ways to go before we're going to be on the uphill trend that's sustainable. So stay tuned for that, our recession recovery report. It is coming, I promise you. It's in the works. We're still working at it. It's a ton of work to put this stuff together, but thankfully we've got a little time before you're going to have to implement some of these things. The second thing, for you business owners out there, this huge stimulus package that was just announced, we're going to be putting together a series of videos with my accountant to be able to help you know what you can do to take advantage of the programs and stuff that are out there. There's a ton of stuff in this bill. There's opportunities in multiple places depending on the type of business that you own. So we're going to be doing the best that we can to try and get some mini videos out as far as training goes to help you understand how to take advantage of the grants that are available to business owners, as well as the payroll relief that's available to business owners, and the other items that are in this bill. There's a whole lot there. There's a lot to dig through, and new information is coming out all the time, and that's what I'm spending most of my time working on right now, as well as these other recession recovery videos as the stock market continues to do its thing. So with that, stay tuned for those items. We will get them out to you as soon as possible, and just subscribe to the channel here and you'll be notified as soon as we have some more updates out there. If you're already a client and you're working with us, we're going to be emailing you directly some of these things as well. So stay close to your email or phone calls. We'll be reaching out to you as soon as we have some real concrete steps for you business owners to take to be able to work with this stimulus package and get what you can out of it so that you can keep your business moving forward and strong and financially healthy. So with that, have a great week. Stay tuned, you guys. This is going to be quite a wild ride for where we are now, or from where we are now, and just strap in. But in the future, there's going to be some great days ahead of us. So stay safe, stay healthy, do your part. We're doing our part as best we can too, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.